Well, now comes the difficult part. When I describe the different kinds of analysis, textual analysis, the first of its kind is semiotics. We need to understand this word, this idea of this word semiotics in a little bit detail. Uh, well, one thing let me say in the outset that this project of yours, which you are now doing, will require none of these analytic methods. You can use them because these are all which I'm now talking about, these methods of analysis. One is as I said, the semiotic analysis, and then the psychological analysis, or maybe maybe the ideological analysis, or ethno methodological analysis, or rhetorical analysis. All these are basically when you are dealing with media subjects, because all four of you have chosen subjects which are, except perhaps I think Devkonna's, which is about fake news. The other three are more social. So it is more social research. One is about gender equality. The other is about the condition of, say, aviation people, the staff, aviation staff. The other one, I think Donna, she's dealing with the I think the CAA and NRCs. All these are social problems. If you had been analyzing just the media coverage of these issues, then it would have been different. It would have been strictly a media research. And these analysis which I'm talking about, semiotics or psychological analysis or ideological analysis, rhetorical analysis, or methodological analysis, these are all related to media analysis. What I suggest is you stick simply to the quantitative and qualitative. Of course, all these terms, these terms are part of the qualitative analysis. But when you start your, research with the questionnaire format, which is a part of the quantitative analysis part, because you're counting the different numbers of people who are answering. So you have the quantitative part, the questionnaire part, and then you have the qualitative part, trying to analyze these bits and pieces in different ways. It will be more a narrative or a historical analysis. Some of the things which you find and some of the things which you discuss among yourselves or among the people who have answered the questions, those are material which you answer or you analyze according to common sense. You won't be applying, say, the semiotic analysis part, or the rhetorical part, or maybe the psychological part, or say ethno-methodological. Yes, to some extent, yes. When we come to ethno-methodological method, you might say that you are to some extent using that method, but even then, it is basically dealing with common sense analysis, more I would say qualitative. Yes, qualitative, but not really the strict the methods that are used in media analysis. But let us talk about a little bit about the semiotic. What is semiotic? Semiotic is basically used for analyzing films, for example, television, for example, for pictures, for example. These are, when you are basically dealing with the image aspect, then comes the semiotic. Here, the two elements that are important for you, I think I had explained it to some who were there in the last class, that the signifier and the signified. Now, the thing is, these are two ways in which you connect one relationship with the other. The basically it came from a linguist, a Swiss linguist called Cicero. I don't know how to pronounce the word. It's basically Cicero. They say it's Cicero. And there is another person, an American philosopher, Peirce, James Peirce. These are the two people who are the originators of this idea of semiotics. Basically, it is linking one thing to the other. Now, try to understand this. Suppose because it comes from the language analysis, Cicero was a linguist. Suppose I call you a cucumber. Now, here, it is like it is almost like it is a metaphor, meaning that you are not a cucumber, but I have compared you with a cucumber, and there is a significance in that. Meaning, if you are a cool person, then you are basically called a cucumber. Now, here, what is happening here is there is the signifier is the word is the word cucumber, but what is signified is the sense of being a cool person. So you are using one element, meaning the figure or imagine a cucumber, and say cool as a cucumber, meaning you are a cool sort of a person. Now here these are methods in which the comparisons are made in language. Similarly, in pictures, in describing pictures, you have methods in which you signify something else. You use a method of analyzing an image, and that is physical, but then there is a hidden meaning in it. I've given you a chart. You just have a look at the chart. You'll find, like for example, when you use the camera as a close-up on the face, then the camera is the shot, meaning the close-up shot. That is basically on the face, but then it is signifying a sense of intimacy. When you're using a medium shot, most of the body, you are signifying a personal relationship. Or a long shot, then you are giving the context of the entire show. And a full shot, which is a social relationship. So these are, all these signifiers you see, a close-up shot, a medium shot, a long shot, a full shot, and they are signifying something else. So you have a signifier, the shot, and then what is signified, what is the meaning of it. So in the next chart you see, similarly, you pan down, the camera looks down on you, and that shows a power, authority. You pan up, it is smallness or weakness. It's from down below. It is the way you take a shot that signifies something else. So the shot is the signifier, and what it means, that is something different. So, and the meaning also different, it changes with the signifier itself. So I think you should be able to get the sense of this is a very complicated idea. There are lots of other people and lots of other info. In fact, I'll try to elaborate when we meet again on questions of postmodernism, questions of globalizations. All these ideas come with this concept of signification also. So first, try to understand these two words, signifier and the signified, through which you analyze a shot, a visual image. But then visual image, it starts from the language itself. I told you about the idea of the metaphor of the cucumber, and that has spread, or you can say it has moved on to the image analysis. This is the basic idea of semiotics. There are other methods as well which need to be understood.